Hey, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me always. My name is Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at your energy for today. So let's get into it. We are, or when I'm recording this, I should say, these are always timeless messages. So if you find messages that resonate, definitely take what is meant for you. When I'm recording this, however, we are coming up on a new moon in Libra. It's a new moon solar eclipse. So new moons are really good for setting new intentions or readjusting, right? Readjusting things that aren't working, goals, desires, ambitions that you might have in mind that need a little readjustment, like I said. But solar eclipses bring change in the environment. So it's really beneficial, especially if you have been working on something lately that hasn't really panned out how you had hoped or how you had wanted it to. We have a really nice energy in terms of, kind of laying the groundwork for something new or a new way to approach something. It's not incredibly easy though right now because there is a lot of tension in the astrology. And so we're kind of seeing people, situations popping off when they're not getting what they want, right? Instead of just managing, handling it in maybe an appropriate way, we're seeing people try to stir the pot, try to provoke, etc. And it's making things tense 100%. I'll do a reading for the new moon as well, so stay tuned. We'll start with this energy cleansing, set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any unwanted heavy vibrations, lower energies, etc. Do a little blessing for you, blessing for me, bless the reading, and we'll get into it. Let's go. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience. Help us to see and understand the messages clearly. Help make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love. So today, thankfully, things are not as tense. We're going to see that tension build the closer that we get to the new moon. And today, the sun is positively aspected to Mercury. So it's a really good day to kind of focus on how you're communicating, how you are connecting with those desires that you have, making sure that it is in alignment with what you want to bring in, the way you want to show up, the way you want to bring this manifestation into your life. It's not easy, because we are dealing with a lot of change and it's bittersweet. There's some things that are happening right now for you that are heavy, that do require some strength and some fortitude, even when it's not comfortable, when it's not easy. We got this release card as our overarching energy for the weekly reading. So really working on letting go. And I feel like this is not just specifically with people and situations. You kind of already know right now what you are looking to remove from your life and slowly working to cut that off. But I'm also hearing like habits and patterns, the ways that you think about yourself, the ways that you feel when these types of dynamics show up for you. Instead of being subservient or putting yourself down, not giving yourself enough worth and value, it's rewriting the script. It's being able to see how powerful and how magical you are, right? And your ability to manifest. We all manifest all the time. it really just depends on where you want to put your thought, your energy, your intention. Are you going to be fueling the things that make you afraid, that bring fear, anxiety, doubt around yourself? Or are you going to actually give yourself some credit? You know, unfortunately, relationships are a part of this transformation and change right now. And you might feel like you don't have a lot of community, a lot of support around you. There is this energy of quote unquote going it alone, which is difficult. You know, it makes things way easier when we have people on our side, on our team, that kind of sounding board, right? The sounding board of just giving us a little bit more balance and a clear perspective, especially if this is a really messy situation. King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. I'm hearing like you're dealing with someone who is used to being in control, right? They're used to kind of like being the one on top. This is part of your karmic lesson to how to overcome people like this who force their agenda and are not necessarily working in that reciprocity dynamic. And you've chosen to, I love this, starting off with 9 of Pentacles energy. It's showing that you are walking into today feeling really strong and feeling really empowered, even through the change, even through the heavier stuff. And yeah, you're choosing your happiness. I love this. And the more that you do, the more you're going to see that happiness manifest and unfold. We've been kind of seeing in, the dailies, the weeklies, we've been seeing new partnerships, new collaborations, new connections underneath the surface. And we're kind of getting this old stuff out of the way so we can really settle in or welcome in the new. And, it's difficult because it does require some effort on your part. That Knight of Swords, really taking the time to be intentional about the choices you make, especially as it comes to your happiness, not being so willy-nilly or so reactive. Right now, we do have some tension in Mars, and Mars is going to be going into retrograde. So it really kind of blocks movement forward. Mars is masculine energy. It's the action potential. It's the way that we kind of push our manifestations forward, the way that we may take action to make those things happen. And there's been a lot of tension around Mars. Thankfully, though, it's positively aspected to Saturn right now. And so I feel like if you are open and willing to understand, to see, to do the work, there are going to be positive, harmonious results. It looks like you're dealing with someone or something that they just don't want the relationship in the same way. I feel like you had a good connection with this person, with this individual, and it's gotten difficult, it's become a little bit more messy or not really in alignment with you anymore. I feel like you've been working to make things happy and harmonious, but again, it keeps falling flat, or it has been lately. And this is where those plans of action come into play with the Knight of Swords, of making different moves for yourself. Yeah, bringing in the change with this Wheel of Fortune. As we learn our karma, as we overcome obstacles, difficulties, that Saturn energy, it's bringing in this really fortunate and abundant change. Interestingly enough, Jupiter, which is our fortune, also rules the Wheel of Fortune, is tensely aspected to Saturn right now. But it's slowly breaking away, because I'm seeing this as it's those come to Jesus moments with ourselves, right? When we have to be really honest about the difficulties, right? When we have to be honest about the things that are not so pretty. Yeah, unfortunately, with change comes some heaviness, comes some sadness and grief. We want people to show up in a way that is working together and collaborating, but someone or something refuses to do that for you. And you have known this. You've known this for a while. Maybe you even could see it coming or feel it coming, but it still doesn't take away the disappointment. It still doesn't take away the sadness, you know, that is surrounding this. So today, give yourself a little love, a little extra care with this Four of Swords energy, taking time to rest, empowering yourself. Don't overdo it is what I'm hearing, because new beginnings are on the horizon. And I feel like this is a little bit of a preparatory time for those new beginnings, as I was talking about a little earlier. It's getting into the flow. And instead of, the nice thing about Mars being in retrograde or tensely aspected is like, it forces us to slow down. And that's not very common in today's culture, right? Everything's just like so fast paced and constantly going and making a decision and quick. And, you know, sometimes that works, but this is something that you need to have your bearings about you. You need to have a little bit more headspace and clear headspace at that. Okay, with the Hermit, just taking care of yourself. So really doing some self-reflection. Let's see why. Okay, yeah, because this is about your healing. And it's not just, what I love about the star is it's not just to heal. Yes, and that's fabulous, right? It's beautiful to grow and to evolve, but it's healing in a way that puts us in alignment with our wish fulfillment, right? With what you're going after. And that also is that value of Jupiter and Mars alike aspected to Saturn. It's forcing us to do the work. It's forcing us to be a little bit better. And there is a lot of emotion around it. The water energy is the water element. The energy is very heightened lately. I do feel like there is some self-reflection that has to be done, taking a good look at yourself, taking a good look at how you show up in these more messier dynamics, where you might be contributing, where you might fuel the fire, whether it's intentional or not, you know. There's always a way to find a little bit more reciprocity and balance. Even if it means just not engaging, right? Not engaging in the drama, in the chaos. You have a lot of abundance in front of you, and you are stepping into this in a very beautiful way. It's trusting yourself. It's believing in yourself. We have so much right now in Aries. We have the North Node as well as Chiron. Those are both about healing and evolving and pursuing betterment of self. And it is all about ourselves right now. And with the Sun in Libra, it's forcing us to look at how we treat ourselves and then how that manifests in our relationships with the people, places, and things that we choose. So I know this isn't like the easiest stuff to do, right? We saw this in the weekly though, that it is going to be a little tense this week, but it's hopeful. It's tension, but it's hopeful. And that's where it's all about playing with the energy in the right way, you know, not reacting. Again, that's the value of Mars being, you know, kind of put down a little bit, that Mars energy. We can't make things happen. We have to work with what is going on and seeing the best solution, finding creative solutions for our endeavors. And a lot of what like Mars is mad about is this Black Moon Lilith energy, where Black Moon Lilith loves to pretend, right? She loves to pretend things are one way when in fact they're not, you know. It is that temptress type energy. And yeah, I love this. The alligator, silence, introspection. So we have a lot of that today. It's not about putting yourself out there. It's not about making your agenda happen. It's more internal energy, going within. And as I'm saying this, I'm reminded of how in the moon cycle, we are in the waning phase and it's moving into the dark moon, which is all about release. And if we think about that value of, you know, just taking time to honor your mind, your body, your soul, it's going to, you know, it totally is this alligator energy, right? Like kind of waiting in the background to quote unquote attack. I'm not saying to attack anyone, please do not, right? It's not our vibe at this channel, but it's taking action, right? That's what I mean by attacking, right? It's you're waiting for the perfect timing to take the action necessary. Being very self-aware, understanding where there might be a little bit of vanity at play, right? We talked a lot about this. That's part of that self-reflection. Being able to clarify and not get offended at yourself, right? Like just acknowledgement is what I'm hearing. Taking time to prepare because, you know, the new moon is going to be a little bit tense and we are seeing this stuff kind of manifest this week. And so there is this need for preparation. A lot of this energy, like I mentioned, is about you investing in yourself in a way that's going to bring you the results that you want. Not just like, you know, going with wherever the wind takes you or reacting or, you know, it's playing in a smart way, right? Being strategic, being wise, being mindful about how you can get the best result, even if you do have to swallow your pride a little bit. I'm sorry to report that today, but it's life. We all got to do it, unfortunately. And really it will make you happier in the long run if you can kind of have a little bit of humility today. And it doesn't even, like, humility within yourself is what I'm talking about. You don't have to tell everybody about your humility, you know, or confess your sins or whatever. You know, you just have to be more aware within yourself so you can better put yourself in a more strategic position that's going to work out for you in the long run. So I hope the messages helped today. Thank you so much for your time and energy always. I super appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear how this plays out for you, or, you know, just connect, share in a little love TLC. Thank you for all the love and support you bring to the channel. It totally blesses my heart. I'm sending love and blessings your way.